But now to an alarming example of the discipline problems in our public schools. Teacher Stephen Cricks was punched in the face by a student, but while the student wasn't punished, he's lost his job.
If you're over 10 and you're assaulting somebody, that's a criminal offence. I could not feel any part of the right-hand side of my face. I was concussed and this student was going wild.
Did you ever think you'd get King hit in a classroom?
No.
20 years as a teacher, and now this is as close as Stephen Cricks can come to a classroom. His fate, a result of what he claims was an act of self-defence against a Year 10 student 3 years ago.
Came in late, had his hat on, which we don't wear hats on inside. He had his iPhone earplugs in. He took a seat. After a few minutes, I approached him with a worksheet and asked him to do his work. He replied with a number of expletives. And on the fourth occasion, when I approached, I offered him the worksheet again, and he sort of exploded in a fury, jumped up, yelled F off 3 times, threw a sort of a punch-push that hit me in the neck, shoulder region on this side of my body. That turned my body, so I was blindsided. The boy in question is left-handed, and then he hit me with a full swing on the left hand.
Stephen claims the student was out of control and that he reacted by restraining him.
My goal was to simply pin his arms to the side of his body so that he couldn't keep swinging him.
How did you feel in that moment? What was going through your head?
Well, what on earth I'm really thinking at that particular point, Ali, is this is a life or death situation. Well, also I'm protecting the student that hit me. If he hits me again and kills me, in all seriousness, what sort of impact is that going to have on his life? Do you know? He's going to be a murderer, and he's going to be treated as such.
The student in question has now finished high school, and Stephen claims that despite being the aggravator, the student was never punished for his actions that day. Stephen was relatively new at the school and still on probation. He was dismissed after the incident. Stephen put in a claim to work cover and then was thrown into 2 years of paperwork and hearings with the Industrial Relations Commission, putting him out of pocket tens of thousands of dollars. In the end, the Commission ruled that Stephen could have withdrawn from physical engagement with the student and didn't, and that teachers must remain calm in difficult environments.
The student that hit me has a 168-page behaviour record, all of it offensive language and assaults. Okay, so what do you have to do to get kicked out of a high school?
I'm hearing more and more from teachers and principals that their hands are tied, you know, they can't discipline children in the most basic way.
Mia Friedman is the publisher of Mamamia. Stephen Cricks' case was the hot topic on their site today, and Mia is concerned that this case sets up a dangerous precedent for misbehaving students.
The troubling thing is that this could potentially empower the kind of kid who's going to cause trouble for a teacher, knowing that, you know, they're a minor, they can kind of get away with a lot. But teachers have to be incredibly careful.
Most of the kids you taught were good kids generally in the classroom?
Yeah, look, the vast majority of kids everywhere are really essentially good kids. They just want to learn, they want the opportunity to learn, and they do want an ordered classroom.
Stephen was sacked by the Education Department and says he's now been placed in Category 1 on the Child Protection List, preventing him from ever working alongside children.
They placed me on the same category that child molesters and child pornographers get put on. Not only has it affected my professional working life, it's actually undermined and destroyed most of my private life.
As a father of 6, Stephen is mortified that he is now classed on their level. His family is standing firmly beside him as he goes public with his battle.
I can't speak highly enough of my own sons. I think they are an example to me. They are very good people. I love them dearly. It's extremely stressful. I mean, yeah, we've got a lovely home, but it's really threatened in being lost also. The fees for taking people to court, like the Department of Education, are just horrendous. It's had a huge impact because without the support of my whole family, I couldn't have even really fought it.
It's madness, isn't it? We want to know what you think. Tonight we're asking, is there a lack of discipline in our schools? Vote in our poll by going to the Current Affair website, and we'll bring you the results later in the show, and you can also have your say on Facebook and Twitter, of course.